I need to put together a fabulous travel capsule to wear in Copenhagen. And I thought I was going to have more time to consider what I want to bring, but I don't. So I'm going to do it now in real time and show you what it's like for a style coach who is a little bit under the wire and needs to put together an incredible wardrobe to wear while she's away. So I'm a little bit panicked today. I love to travel. I love to put together travel capsules and outfits, and I actually even love to pack a suitcase, but I like to have a lot of time to do that. So Matthew and I have been planning a trip to Copenhagen, which I'm very excited about. And then my mom needed to have some surgery. And while she is fine, I want to go visit her. So I am going to visit her and then coming home quickly for a few days and then leaving again to go to Copenhagen. And so the perfectionist in me wanted to have all the loose ends wrapped up and have all the time to peruse my Pinterest board and create the capsule that was going to go to Copenhagen. And yet I don't. So today, before I leave to go visit my mom, I have packed my suitcase for that because that's going to be very casual, very easy, very chill. That's done. Now I'm going to pull the pieces I'm pretty sure I want to wear in Copenhagen so that when I come home, I can just make final decisions and get them packed in the suitcase. Hello, and thank you for stopping by my channel. If you're not familiar with me, I'm Kristen from Kristen Kane Style. I'm a style and mindset coach, and I can help you create a wardrobe you love wearing by helping you understand how your thoughts and your feelings are creating your style struggles. And I can also help you learn to manage your mind around pulling a travel capsule and packing a suitcase. And today I'm going to try to do just that for myself as I pull these pieces. All kidding aside, our mindset has so much to do with the outcome and the results that we're experiencing in our lives in all areas. The area that I work in is style, but it really has a ripple effect. When you learn to manage your mind and to understand how your thoughts and your feelings are creating the actions that you take and ultimately the outcome that you have, you can reverse engineer and choose different thoughts. This is exactly what I do with my clients inside Style Therapy, which is my signature 3-month program. If you are interested in finding out more, book a sales call. The link is down below. We can hop on a Zoom and chat about all things style struggles, and I can help you see how Style Therapy can help you. Okay, let's do this. Project Copenhagen Capsule Wardrobe underway. Matthew and I are going to Copenhagen for about 8 or 9 days. So there'll be a long haul travel day on each end, and then lots of time in a chilly, damp, cozy, hygge-filled city. I am so excited. I have never been to Denmark. I'm very much looking forward to experiencing all that Copenhagen and Denmark has to offer, especially in the cooler weather. I have long been fascinated by the idea of hygge, and I am very excited to be bringing some of that home to the cold, dark, snowy canyon that will be home throughout the winter. Okay, so Matthew and I like to travel pretty chill. We rent an Airbnb. We like to eat dinners in. We like to just kind of hang and enjoy the new environment. So we will be thrifting for sure and possibly doing some museums and just in general taking in the Danish culture, and I cannot wait. So it is going to be in the 50s during the day and definitely some rain here and there, and the evenings will be in the 40s. So it's not something that I'm not used to. It's already getting chilly at my house. It's just that I have abundant sunshine here where I live, and Denmark this time of year does not. So I will be prepared for that, and that is totally fine. If I had wanted abundant sunshine, I would be going to a beach. Okay, let's build this Copenhagen capsule. So when I begin to build a capsule wardrobe to take for travel, I like to pull my favorite pieces first. I want to pull the things that I can't wait to wear while I'm away. And let me back up 1 second. First, I start with a Pinterest board. I create a Pinterest board and I just pin lots of images that feel like the vibe I want on the trip. So I have done that, and I have referred to that this morning to kind of get an idea. One of the things that was on my Pinterest board in lots of different images was one of my full white circle skirts. Given that it is going to be in the 50s and it's going to be kind of rainy and dreary, I don't think that's the best choice. I'm not all about practical. Well, I kind of am all about practical. I just am not sure that that's going to translate and feel the best and be the warmest and be the smartest choice with kind of wet, yucky city weather. Seems like it could be just kind of a mess pretty quickly. So I'm going to switch my thought. And if I'm taking a skirt, it's going to be a different skirt. But I start with a Pinterest board. And my Pinterest board has creams and browns and grays. It doesn't have as much navy as historically I pack in a capsule. And I'm going to see how this fleshes out when I pull the pieces. And then I'm not going to pack the suitcase prior to leaving for my mom's. I'm going to leave everything on a rolling rack. I'm just going to wait until we're just about ready to leave for the trip. I will recheck the weather and reassess the capsule that I've pulled and then make the final decisions and put them in the suitcase. Okay, favorite pieces. Here we go. The first favorite that I'm pulling is this quince peasant blouse. I love this blouse. I love it layered with kind of chunky cashmere sweaters. So this is a definite. And I will be bringing this new Uniqlo little puffer. Thank you to the viewer who mentioned that it is actually filled with fiber fill, with a polyester fiber fill. I believe in the olden days, the very first one I had a long, long time ago was actually down, but I guess I could have been mistaken. And also they could have just reformulated. So it is not down. I apologize for misleading you. It is all fiber fill. It does still pack down like down, but it is not actually feathers. So this is going because I like to wear this on its own, and I also like to layer it under a coat. Cardigans. I will take one of these two cardigans. I don't believe I'll need both unless I choose to wear one on the plane and pack one in my suitcase, but these are the colors that I'm interested in. I also have this cardigan, which is quince and cashmere and fabulous, in cream and in like an oatmeal color. Here's the problem with me in packing. Like most of my clients, there's this fantasy idea of who my Copenhagen self will be and how she will want to look and feel when she's getting dressed. And that will require a steamer trunk. And that's not how I'm rolling this time. I'm always carry on only. So I need to be really mindful of which pieces do I want to wear and in multiple ways. And also I like to thrift when I travel. I take an empty duffel so that I can pack it and bring it home with me. If I thrift something fabulous, I'm going to want to possibly be able to incorporate that into my outfits while I'm there. So I won't need too many sweaters, although it is going to be chilly and damp. So I definitely want to be warm enough. So one of these will go, possibly both. I'm going to pull some more favorites. So this is a definite favorite. I have this same cashmere sweater, little structured kind of cardigan jacket from Quince in ivory, and I love that one. I don't feel like ivory is right for this trip, so I recently got this in navy. If I'm going to bring navy blue, which like I said, my Pinterest board doesn't have as much navy as it does these more kind of smoky grays and browns. If I'm going to bring something navy, it is likely going to be this. And then as far as pullover sweaters, I'm a huge fan of these V-neck sweaters because I can wear them with a camisole, I can wear them with nothing under them, I can wear them with a t-shirt or a blouse. So I will likely bring this new camel one, and the gray one is a favorite. This is the brand new kind of smoky heather blue quince cashmere. This is big and oversized and yummy. Think I will be glad to have this. This is sort of a sweater show, as you can tell, but this is my wheelhouse. This is my happy place to have layers of cashmere and just have them translate into really cool outfits while I'm exploring a new city. Truly, like I'm giddy with it. So I'm going to put these here. This is not necessarily all going. I'm just going to pull. So I'm going to pull some pieces now and then we'll chat some more. Okay, kind of magically, this feels like it is turning into a capsule. I have mentioned many times here before that the magic in my wardrobe is so simple that it's sometimes overlooked. When you watch videos of mine and you maybe appreciate my style is so simple. And I am so focused on making sure that my color palette is dialed in, that the shapes and the silhouettes that I wear all work together. So when it's time for me to build a capsule to wear on a trip, even if I have to do it kind of at the last minute, it's not difficult because the pieces all go together. The difficult part is suspending the idea of the fantasy me who's going to dress in all the things she maybe doesn't wear as often as she'd like at home while she's away. We all have that tendency, and knowing what really works and then being a little realistic and also a little bit fantasy based and creating a capsule that's going to translate into how you want to look and feel on that trip. So this is coming together really nicely. I'm still not sure about the navy, but it definitely would work. And then I have the problem of scarves. I like to buy scarves when I travel because I find that it's a really nice way to bring home kind of a souvenir that's actually also very functional and wearable. And I like to have a scarf on the airplane kind of to double as a blanket. And certainly where I'm going, it's going to be chilly, so I'm going to want to be able to have a scarf. This is actually a thrifted cashmere poncho from Sundance. It's really terrific, and I have worn this a lot. I travel with this often because it feels really good. It's a really neutral color. It'll go over anything, under anything. I can wrap it around me as a big scarf. So this will definitely go. And then if I wasn't going to take this, I would probably take one of these really large, again, thrifted cashmere kind of pashmina numbers, because the colors would really be pretty with that. And yet I could end up with a suitcase full of cashmere scarves, and that probably isn't necessary unless it's the duffel I'm going to bring home filled with cashmere scarves. So I think I would opt for the neutral gray because it will go over everything. And then I might also bring this almost sheer gray cashmere that Greta bought in Nepal because it wraps up really tight and nicely, but it still gives some warmth and it doesn't take up much room in my suitcase. So sadly, these are going to have to wait. And then I will likely take the famous unicorn scarf. This scarf, sadly, is starting to look like it has gotten as much wear as it has. It's been all over. I wear it hard. I love it. And I'm going to be on the lookout this trip and moving forward for its replacement. I'm not ready to get rid of this one yet. And I think I can make it work with what I'm taking, and it will look nice as just a pop of color since I'm not taking anything that's pink or bright. And yet it's starting to look a little droopy. And so I will be on the lookout for something new, but I will probably bring this with me because it's a nice way to add a pop of color, especially if the days are going to be dreary. And I think I might bring this one also because I feel good when I have a little something around my neck just from a warmth standpoint, but I don't tend to wear turtlenecks. I don't know why, but pulling a turtleneck over my head can create kind of a rough hair day. So I might just bring one of these little scarves because I think it's pretty with the colors that I'm bringing. And again, it adds a little bit of interest around my neck and gives me a little bit of a way to kind of change things up and also a little bit of warmth. Shoes. So I would love to be able to bring cute little Mary Janes and little ballet flats, but it's going to be too cold. We would have needed to go in September or something in order to get away with that. And I don't want my feet to be cold. I want my feet to be comfortable. That is hugely important to me. So I think it's going to be sneakers and a pair of Oxfords, kind of menswear shoes, because I know I can count on those. I know they're super comfortable. I can walk long distances in them. So that's my plan. I will likely be working out in our Airbnb. I'll just do Pilates or, kind of body weight exercises. And I usually do that barefoot. So I don't know if I'm going to bring proper sneakers, like walking shoes. I haven't decided that yet. Let's look at some shoes. Okay, so for menswear shoes, I think it's either going to be these Fry or these Mismu Oxfords. Both are really comfortable. Both I can walk long distances in. I have some loafers, some Sam Edelman loafers that I really like, but I don't love them with socks. If they were a little chunkier, I would probably like them better with a sock. You may have seen the video where I shared back over the summer a pair of Sam Edelman, kind of real chunky back to school shoes with a buckle, little gold buckle. I loved them. Once it was time to actually wear them, they really were too big. And I bought insoles and I bought kind of a thing to put at the heel. And no matter what I did, no matter what sock I wore with them, they were always slipping off my feet. And I thought, I'm not actually going to wear these. I have it in the back of my mind to order them in the smaller size again and give those a try because I think the leather would stretch and they would be great. But I haven't done that yet. And I'm not going to rush to do that before the trip. And I don't want to take shoes that I'm not exactly sure if they're going to work because that sounds like a blister and a disaster. So it'll be one of these two. I think either could work. The coat that I'm going to bring, I haven't shown you yet. I'm going to go grab it. So a few videos ago, I shared a navy blue jacket that looks suspiciously like this one. It's Quince. It's their featherless quilted jacket. And when I ordered it, I really wanted the black, but they didn't have it in black. It was out of stock. So I ordered the navy, and the navy is beautiful. You might remember it had a gold zipper, same gold snaps, really pretty. It did not have a hood. So then I started to wonder, do I really want a hood? I don't know. Figured I would just make the navy one work. Then Quince got the black one back in stock. So I thought, well, do I want to switch the navy for the black? I don't know. When I was investigating that on the Quince website, I saw this one. This is basically the same jacket with some tweaks. It has a different pocket. It has a black zipper instead of a gold zipper, and it has a hood, and the hood is detachable, and the collar is corduroy. So once I saw this on the website, I thought, I think that's the one I want. The navy blue is fabulous. But when I put it with some outfits, when I was playing around, it just felt kind of preppy and it wasn't really the vibe I was going for. The coat that I love most is a cashmere and silk coat that I thrifted and then had altered to fit me several years ago. I love it. But when it's rainy, cashmere isn't the best coat to have, so I'm not going to bring that one. But I like the way black just is always neutral and whatever I wear under it works. Where the navy, when I was making outfits, just felt a little too I don't know, the color's called Admiral. It felt a little too like that. It felt a little too shipside. And that isn't what I wanted. I wanted it to be more neutral and a little more urban. And so this one is fantastic. I sent the navy blue one back so that someone else can love that one. And I am very, very happy with this one. I am looking so forward to having this be my layer. And I can layer this little non-down Uniqlo puffer underneath this if I need it for warmth. And I purposely sized up. This is a medium so that all the chunky sweaters, possibly a blazer, all of those would fit under here really nicely. Okay, so this one I will not be returning. This one's a keep. Okay, let's see. I'm going to move. Oh, back to shoes. So I will be taking a pair of Adidas. I don't know which pair. I have sprayed these. These are suede. I have sprayed these with waterproofing spray. I will probably hit them a couple more times with the waterproofing spray. They will be great with everything. I also think these could work well. These are leather, and so they will be automatically a little more waterproof. So I'm not sure which of the sneakers will go, but my guess is it will be one of these two. So now I'm moving the scarves so we can get to the clothes. Okay. I, as you know, love the J. Crew Outlet long sleeve girlfriend tee. So I will be taking this. Probably I'll take 2 white and a gray and this kind of oatmeal and a blue. I have a couple different blues, but I think this is the one I like the best because I really like this one with the gray and the camel and the brown and the gray. So I think, and the scarf. So I think I'll bring this one, even though I could wear these two together. I probably wouldn't, but I would wear any of these under this one. And then I will bring 2 camisoles just so that I have them to layer under sweaters for a little added warmth. And also if we were to go out to dinner or do something that felt a little dressier, I could put them under one of the cardigans and that would feel a little bit more fancy. And then pants. I believe on the airplane, I'm going to wear a pair of navy blue cotton, really comfortable CP Shades pants that I bought back in the spring when I was in La Jolla, California. They're a little too summery to be part of outfits while I'm there, but they're really comfortable for airplane. Many years ago, I started to make sure that my wardrobe always had a pair of airplane pants. Those were pants that I could wear on a long haul flight. I tend to like something that buttons and zippers versus something that is elastic waist, because there's a point in every flight where the elastic waist just can't be loose enough. I want to be able to unbutton my pants if I need a little more room to breathe. And so these CP Shade pants will be what I take. They're navy blue. I will pair them with whatever sweater I choose to on the airplane so that I have some layers I can take off. And I'll have the cashmere kind of poncho to wear as well. So as far as the bottoms that will be going with me to Copenhagen, I'm going to take these new dark jeans from Quince. These are the Luna dark jean wide leg, I think. They are way better than I anticipated they would be. I really, really like these. They have just a great fit and they are so stretchy and comfortable that I probably could wear them on the plane, but the other ones are just a little looser and slouchier, so I'm going to go with those. And then I'm going to take both pairs of the Old Navy elastic waist pull-on pants. If you haven't seen me share about these before, they are fantastic. They're like pajama bottoms, to be honest with you. They're man-made, so they're not itchy. There's no wool in them. They're drawstring elastic waist. They are just super comfortable. They're machine washable, and they just feel like really fine wool gabardine, yet they don't itch my skin, which obviously is important. So I will take both of those because I think they'll be good for walking around the city. I can pair them back to sneakers or to the menswear shoes and layer them with any number of sweaters. And then a lot of my Pinterest pictures, in addition to the white full skirt, had a pair of cream jeans with all the neutral colored sweaters. And so I really want to take these. We might have some sun a couple of days, not that I have to have it be sunny in order to wear cream jeans, but puddles make it a little harder to do cream jeans. And I think with the Oxfords and the sneakers, these will just be fun to have as an option compared to dark pants. So I believe I'm going to take those. I don't ever restrict myself when I'm building a capsule. At the end of the day, it's going to depend on what fits in the suitcase, and I may need to remove something. But if I'm there 6-7 days, in this case, we're there a little bit longer than that, and I'm going to take 6 or 7 pairs of bottoms, then I will. I don't feel like I can't do that. Yet, like I said, I am carry-on only, and so I will make sure that whatever I'm taking fits, and I'll make those decisions at the last minute once I know the weather and I'm ready to actually put things in my suitcase. And then if I were going to take a skirt, which part of me kind of wants to, and part of me recognizes that I probably will not pull a skirt before I would pull pants if it's 50 and dreary. If I were going to take a skirt, it would be either this navy blue ribbed knit skirt from Old Navy last year. I don't think they still have it. It is great. Machine washable, just a sweater. It's fantastic. Or this crepe black skirt from Quince. This is lightweight. While I like it, it's not really realistic for the chill that's going to be in the air. So I'm going to put this one back. I also have this little silk slip that I thrifted a little while ago. It's beautiful. It's actually inside out on the hanger. Doesn't matter. I am probably not going to wear this as a skirt, as you're probably seeing everywhere on influencers with the slip as a skirt, but I would definitely wear it as a slip under this skirt to be a little bit more warmth and just to feel good against my skin. And then in the event that I were taking the navy skirt, this navy jacket, if we went out to dinner with one of the camisoles, would really be beautiful. So this one I'm not sure about. These two I'm not sure about. These 3, I guess, if we count the slip, because I just don't know if we had reservations at Noma. These would be great, but we don't. So if anyone knows how we can get reservations to Noma, please let me know. Just kidding. Not really. So I need to kind of play around with how I would layer these pieces, what we'll be doing during the day, museums and thrifting and lunch and lots of Danish and walking, and really look at, okay, what could work best here? What combinations work best? What might be unnecessary? And then kind of go from there. The other thing I will need to pull are belts and socks, and certainly jewelry. I'm not going to take much jewelry. I'll probably take 1 or 2 pairs of earrings and a couple of necklaces that I pretty much wear all the time, and I'll wear my watch. And that's probably it. I will thrift for jewelry while I'm there for sure. And I'll probably only take 1 belt because these 2 pairs of jeans are the only pants that have belt loops. These do not, and the skirt does not. So I really am not going to need a lot of belts. And again, belts are something I thrift for. So if I were to find a belt, I would be happy to put it on and wear it right then. So this is feeling pretty good. I'm just going to peek and see if there's anything else I might want to grab. Okay, so now I'm maybe getting a little carried away, but I'm just kind of exploring the options of things that I'm not taking that I might want to include. In my wildest fantasies of me in Copenhagen, I definitely wear a blazer, and this blazer would work with any of my bottoms. I am just not sure that we're going to be going anywhere where I really would need a blazer over a cardigan, especially because this isn't going to work as a jacket likely. I will need to have a coat on, and so I'm probably going to be more comfortable with a sweater on and then a coat or two instead of having a blazer on. Yet I love the way a blazer looks. And the same is true for the airplane. It's not that this isn't comfortable to wear on the airplane, but to be completely honest, on a long haul flight where I'm going to be sleeping a lot of the time, I'm going to want a yummy cashmere sweater over a blazer. So it's probably not going to make the cut. And then I noticed the cream cashmere cardigan. That's the same as the brown and the gray. I think I'd rather have the gray as the pale version than the cream. So I'm going to hang that on the end for when I make outfits, which I'll do after I'm done here. And after I get back from the trip, I will make another video that shows you exactly what I wore and how I wore it, so you can see how the pieces that I end up taking work in actual outfits. And then I'm hard pressed to travel without a stripe. So if I were going to take a stripe, I think either works. It will be a matter of, do I want to incorporate the navy, or do I want to have it be more stark and be the cream and the black? I think either can work with the Adidas, although the ecru Adidas might be better with the cream sweater than the navy sweater, but I don't think it really matters. Stripes are stripes, and I like stripes on stripes. So I'll need to make a decision about these. So this end is kind of the pieces that need to earn their place. So I'm going to need to play around with some outfits, which I will do, as I said, and then I will film a new video sharing what I actually wore once we actually go and come back so that you can see how the pieces actually performed. And I think that's probably it. And other than a simple workout at home outfit and some cozy loungewear and pajamas and undergarments and that sort of thing. Oh, and socks. I think that's all I need. Socks. I have a sock thing right now. And so I have a lot of socks that work in a lot of ways with a lot of my clothing. So I'm going to need to dig through and decide which socks feel like the most fun and that coordinate the best. And that's not going to be hard, except for the fact that I have to make some decisions and I'm not always good at that. But I have the socks that I need that work with these colors because this is the wheelhouse and the color palette that I get dressed in most often. Whether it's a cotton sweater and jeans or whether we move into the colder weather and it's cashmere, the colors stay pretty much the same, with the exception of I've introduced some brown this year, and the brown works really well back to all the blues and creams and grays. So I'm pretty happy with this capsule, and I'm feeling much more relaxed about actually knowing what I'm taking to Copenhagen once I return from visiting my mom. So thank you for stopping by and for your moral support as I pulled this capsule together loosely. And if you are interested in having my help with understanding how your thoughts and your feelings, possibly around creating a travel capsule, are preventing you from having a style you actually love wearing, I invite you to book your sales call so that we can see if working together would be a good fit. I have just a couple spots left before style therapy is fully booked. I don't want you to postpone having incredible style any longer. Once we start to peel back the layers of what your brain has been offering you that has been keeping you stuck in a style you don't love, the transformation happens naturally, and I am right there with you every step of the way to help you continue to identify what's been going on and learn how to think new thoughts and take new actions so that you end up with a wardrobe that is easy to pack, easy to wear, and actually aligns with who you are and how you want to show up in the world. I will report back after my trip and share with you what I actually wore. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a really beautiful day, and I'll be back next week with a new video.